In Texas 4000, we like to talk about how everyone can be a leader in any way, whether that's during your onboarding semester, so that first semester, or through the training year, or even on the ride. Everyone has a unique purpose and way that they can support the team through their individual leadership.
The leadership development part of the program is something that I found to be really transformative for me, especially for people like us who are, looking to fight cancer beyond our time in Texas 4000. Being a leader is something that is more important than ever, especially now.
So back in 2018, which again feels so long ago, I just remember going to all these meetings and kind of trying to just get my feet wet and understanding what Texas 4000 was all about.
I think I've been in a lot of other programs where there was leadership to it, but nothing to the extent of Texas 4000. And I think being able to step into a leadership role and really see how that impacts all different aspects of the organization. We do have a voice and we can make a change.
When we first started in the spring, it was just a group of 80 of us. We didn't know anything about each other, but we knew that we were all here for the same mission. And that alone was enough to create this crazy sense of community that never went away.
From our onboarding semester, we were doing lots of different exercises about what kinds of leader that we would want to be, what qualities make up a leader. And I thought that was all really cool to get us all thinking about how we could be shaping the future of our team and shaping our leadership cultures.
I wasn't exactly certain whether or not I wanted to take up a leadership position on the team, but over the course of the onboarding semester, which is the spring semester, in our case, spring 2019, that's when everyone really sort of falls in love with the mission.
And right off the bat, there were a bunch of leadership opportunities, which was really interesting. I feel like with most other orgs at UT, you have to, be in the organization for a year or two before you can really rise up and be more than just a general member. But the awesome thing about Texas 4000 was that first onboarding spring, there was a ton of opportunities.
The first year is really all about the supporting the current ride year. So we, as 2020, was supporting 2019. And that was like a very tip of the iceberg. Just learning kind of the fundraising, volunteering, very small things, helping them prepare for their ride.
Well, this is such a crazy, crazy endeavor that you sign up for it and you kind of think, I don't know how on earth this is going to get done, but it's just going to have to get done somehow. And then you join the organization and you realize, oh, we're actually the ones who are making this happen. We're the ones who are going to be planning it, who are going to be doing all the logistics. And that is really exciting and really empowering on a scale that I don't think college students necessarily get to see in most, if any, other opportunities.
And then as soon as you get back from that summer, as soon as 2019 finishes, 2020 we just took off. That was, within the month you were selecting leadership roles, chairs, ride directors, committees.
The leadership development program, a lot of it comes indirectly because there are so many leadership opportunities. If you are interested in finding something where you can make a difference no matter what it is, there's probably a position for you, and if not, we can make a position for you. And so it starts at the top with our ride directors, who really interface mostly with staff and back and forth with them to kind of keep the team moving in the right direction from year to year. And then they kind of are in charge of all things team related.
Texas 4000 is very much a program where the leadership development aspect of it is sort of inescapable. And as ride director, it's been an immense privilege and pleasure to be able to see these committees through to where we're at right now.
The things that we're doing, fighting cancer with every mile that we bike and fundraise and volunteer, you need to be a leader in your community, and this helps to develop those skills.
It is largely student-run, student-led. We have a staff and a board that back us up, but the logistics and the requirements that the members are supposed to achieve are essentially put on by the riders and managed by the riders.
As it went into the summer, we started our fitness regimen. We started training throughout the fall. We got our bikes. We started biking together.
We also had our training camp, which was out east and between Houston and Austin. It was a weekend that we spent with some coaches that came in from Houston.
All throughout the spring, we kept overcoming hurdles. And then obviously this isn't the way that we expected it to finish out, but it's still been such a meaningful experience.
So at first, when the pandemic hit the United States and we began to realize that it was going to affect our summer ride, it was devastating.
We wanted to continue our mission even after we couldn't do this physically. So this included a lot of planning, a lot of meetings, figuring out the logistics of how do you bike online and still reach people, and how do you get in contact with our hosts and still engage the communities that we really aspire to meet and grant to.
And something that I don't know that I would have ever known about myself or have had the capacity to do if it wasn't for this situation. So while it did push us way out of our comfort zone, this has shaped us into capable leaders and people who feel more prepared to face challenge and difficulty throughout their lives.
This is such a huge and wonderful event, so to be able to have the opportunity to really shape it, get our hands onto it, and make it something that's uniquely our team's is so powerful, and I just think it's really a once-in-a-lifetime experience that will prepare us for any other challenges that we face later on in life.